UFC 289, Nunes versus Aldana takes place this weekend, and I'm going to go through the full card breakdown and in detailed predictions, starting with the early prelim opener of Diana Belpita versus Maria Oliveira. Woo! Cannot wait for this one. A lot of people are picking Maria Oliveira, which is really interesting to me, because if you haven't seen her fight against Vanessa Demopoulos, who's terrible, by the way, she got completely ragdolled in that fight and out-grappled. People just think Maria Oliveira kind of should have won that, but that's actually a first time where Demopoulos actually won a fight. And that's not a good sign at all. And she lost to Tabitha Ricci. Her grappling seems to be the weakness in her game, but she has decent striking. I will lean Belpita. If she's smart, I think she is going to be able to win this. If it's going to load, for fuck's sakes. If it's going to load, I mean, we'll see. Okay, it's loaded. Yeah, I mean, she did lose to Gloria DePaula, but she should have arguably won that fight. And she did beat Goldie. Like, I think she is good. She seems to have a grappling weakness as well, but I'm going to trust her to just take down Maria Oliveira. If anyone's going to grapple, I see it being her. I think she's going to get the job done. She's beating shit opponents, but I think I'm going to trust Diana Belpita. She's 26 years old. As where Maria Oliveira is, 30. She's 26 as well. I'll trust Belpita, though. We move on. Up the card. David Dvorak versus Steve Erkeg. It's Erkeg, though. I'm going to go for Steve Erkeg over David Dvorak. I've seen I don't even know who Steve Erkeg was before he stepped up, because Matt Chanel obviously pulled out. I watched his last two fights. He knows what he's doing. It's just not this. It's not this can come in, and he was actually in the UFC. I mean, he's supposed to fight Clayton Carpenter. That got scrapped for some reason. I don't know why, but I'm gonna go for him over David Dvorak. David Dvorak, man, he just seems to be a letdown recently. I think he's good, but I mean, Manel Kape is not a bad loss. These are good fighters. Manel Kape beat him quite handily. I know Dvorak gave him some toughness, gave him some adversity here and there, but Kape overall just beat him up. And Mateus Nicolau doesn't really KO people other than Matt Chanel, but that's Matt Chanel, who's chinny. And even then, he got dropped badly in that fight, and I think Steve Erkeg is going to get this one done by decision. Maybe David Dvorak has a good moment in the third round, have a good moment against Erkeg, maybe takes the back or something, but I think the first two rounds, Erkeg's just going to have too much pop in his hands, and I think Erkeg's going to drop him in both of the rounds to seal himself the win, so I'll go Steve Erkeg as an underdog. I feel like he is an underdog, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, he's underdog. I'm picking Erkeg. We move on, up the card. Blake Bilder versus Kyle Nelson. I'm going to go for Blake Bilder. I don't even know why they made this fight. Bilder, he's overhyped, definitely. I don't think he's that good, but Kyle Nelson's not good either. Let's be real. Both of these guys aren't the greatest, but Bilder, he's just better. He's just better, in my opinion. I think he's just better than Kyle Nelson. Kyle Nelson he should have lost to Doohu Choi in a scrappy decision where he should have lost it, but it was a draw or whatever. Jai Herbert, competitive fight. He's not bad, Kyle Nelson. It's just he fights like an idiot. It's just I trust Big Bill. I at least trust Blake Bilder to be consistent here and there. He made it close against Shane Young. Not a good sign, but I don't know. It was his UFC debut. I think here he's gonna go out there and just make a statement, to be honest. But I'm gonna go unanimous decision for Blake Bilder. I don't see him getting a finish, but I can see him just winning overall and just piecing up Kyle Nelson here and there. And I think he'll just beat Kyle Nelson by decision. Nelson's not that good. Let's be real. Don't see him KOing Builder. Don't see him out-grappling Builder. I can see Builder winning this one. We move on up the card to another fight, which is Eamonn Zahabi versus Aori Quillen. Arichi Lang, some people like to call him, but I'll go Aori Quillen. I'm gonna pick Eamonn Zahabi, but as a prediction, I'm going Eamonn Zahabi, but I'm gonna say his name like Aori Quillen. But yeah, I think Zahabi wins. I think Zahabi wins this one. A lot of people are picking Aori Quillen. I don't see it, man. Jay Perrin made it close with him. You know, and we found out how Jay Perrin looks. I know I know Raul Rosas Jr. out-grappled him. It's like he KO'd him, but still, Raul Rosas Jr. is not that good in hindsight. And look, Jay Perrin, you know, just got destroyed by him. And Christian Rodriguez was the one to figure him out. I don't like this one. I don't like this one for Aori Quillen. He seems like he's getting older. Seems like he's losing. Like, Cameron Else is not a good win. Do not be proud of yourself for that. Like, and Cody Durden out-grappled him. Jeff Molina out-scrapped him. I think Eamonn Zahabi can do that as well. Ricky Tercios he beat. Trico Rodriguez he beat. Two decent opponents. I think Ricky Tercios and Draco Rodriguez is better wins than Jay Perrin and Cameron Else. I'm gonna be honest there. I think Zahabi wins this one. He seems like he's older. I get it, but I don't know. Aori Quillen doesn't seem to. He's 29, Aori Quillen. He looks like he's 50. I'll pick him to win this though. I will pick Eamonn Zahabi to win this one. He seems like he's just better recently. Yeah, I'm going to go Eamonn Zahabi by decision in a scrap. Fight of the night. We move on. Up the card. Jasmine Jasudavicius versus Miranda Maverick. No-brainer here. I think you got to go for Miranda Maverick. I think the grappling's the difference. I'm going to be honest here. I think the grappling's the difference here. I think Jasmine Jasudavicius, she's good. And I just don't see her having any stand-up. Sure, she can out-grapple. Jasudavicius is a big woman. But you beat Gabriela Fernandez, who has no takedown defense, was sculling up Jasudavicius in the feet. But the takedowns were the difference. And Jasudavicius had a brain and landed some damage, which got her the win. Maverick is way better than her. Maverick, like, Natalia Silva, I get is really, really good in hindsight. But she had absolutely nothing. She had absolutely nothing for, what's her name? You know? She had nothing for Natalia Silva to worry about. So I am going to go for, Miranda Maverick. I think they're both equal on the feet. I think Maverick's better on the feet, but I think she beat Shayna Young, Sabina Mazo. Blanchfield's no shame to lose to on the ground, and the Barber fight was complete robbery. And look what Barber's doing now. She's doing really good. You know, and Robertson, she won that fight. She out-grappled Julian Robertson. And Robertson and Jasudavicius are like the same. So I'll go for Miranda Maverick winning this one by 30-27. We move on up the card. Nasruddin Malvald versus Chris Curtis. I'm gonna be taking Chris Curtis here over Nasruddin Malvald. Yeah, I think you gotta go for Chris Curtis. And Malvald, sure he could win this one. I just don't see it. Don't see how he wins this, to be honest. I mean, I don't see how he wins. Chris Curtis is just, I think you gotta take him here. And he's an underdog. That's such a good underdog right there. You gotta go Chris Curtis. Maverick is good. And I get Strickland might be good in hindsight. But come on, man. Strickland took that on 4 days' notice? 3-4 days' notice? And he comfortably won that fight. Like, in hindsight, Gastelum would have exposed him. Maybe it's an off night. Maybe this, maybe that. I'm going for Chris Curtis. A everyday training partner of Sean Strickland. You know? Not good. Not good for Malvald, in my opinion. You know, and Joaquin Buckley is just... There's nothing special. And Buckley, I think this will be like the Buckley fight, but Curtis wins one of the early rounds. I'll say. So yeah, I'm gonna pick Chris Curtis to win this one. Yeah, Buckley, if he's getting you in the third round, imagine Curtis with that body shots. Yeah, I'm gonna go Chris Curtis. Won't be surprised if we see a late finish here for Curtis, but yeah, I think he'll win like round 1, landing harder, but Malvald lands more. Round 2, Malvald starts doing good. I don't see him out grappling Curtis, so I think he needs to KO Curtis. And I don't see that, so I think Curtis will win round 3 dominantly. And Shabazian and Heinich are shit, especially in the takedown department. So yeah, I'm going to be going for Chris Curtis. Lost to Gastelum, but no shame in that. Really close fight against Gastelum, and yeah, I'm going to go for Malvald. I'm going to go for Curtis. Malvald, ways he needs to win this fight is keep out range and be outrange and outstrike Curtis for 3 rounds like Jack Manson did. But Malvald doesn't kick. Malvald doesn't kick, and he has no KO power. So yeah, I don't think he wins. We move on up the card to the main card. Eric Anders versus Marc-Andre Barriault. I'm going to be going for... I'm going to go for Marc-Andre Barriault, although it is close. I'm going to go for Marc-Andre Barriault, though. Anders is so inconsistent, man. I don't know. Like, I would rate him, but I can't rate his wins at all. Like, I don't know how I can rate Kyle Dawkins. And he's had a lot of grappling matches, which I respect him for, but I don't know how I can rate Darren Stewart. You know? I don't know how I can rate a robbery decision over Gerald Mearshart. I really don't know how I can rate that. You know? And before that, you beat Vinicius Mejia. You know? Vinicius Mejia is actual garbage. And Inyeon Park, that was a clear Park win. You know? And Anders is good. And Menez is a good loss to have. But Jocko beat him. You know? I'm going to trust Marc-Andre Barriault to win this one. He's so active. Beat Julian Marquez impressively. Great performance over Julian Marquez. Melted him. I just don't see how... I just think Anders and Marquez are similar. Anders may be a tad bit better than him. Yeah. I'm going for Marc-Andre Barriault. Beat Anthony Hernandez. Lost to Anthony Hernandez, but that's Anthony Hernandez. And if him and Njokuani ran it back, Marc-Andre Barriault beats him with the grappling. I'll bet you that. I'll bet you that a lot. That's a lock. If they ran that fight back, Marc-Andre Barriault would win. Beat Wright, beat Dolce. I'm picking him to win this one over Eric Anders. Just beating off the pressure and volume. We move on up the card. Nate Landwehr versus Dan Ige. Great fight. Great fight. Nate the Train will get knocked out. I'm going for Dan Ige. Hope Nate wins. I just don't see it. I really don't see him winning this one. Like, he's open a lot, man. And someone's going to figure him out. And I think Ige is the guy to do it. Ige's fast. He's quick with his combos. He has lots of power in his hands as well. Good chin. He can take a shot. Get one back. He survived round 1 Josh Emmett. And a good version of Josh Emmett as well. You know? Survived a good version of Josh Emmett. And Damon Jackson, quick combo. Boom. Down goes Jackson. He's out. And I don't think Landwehr can grapple. Just he doesn't. He just doesn't grapple. And I don't see him beating Ige. I don't see him just walking through the punches like he can against Austin Lingo, against Dan Ige. Austin Lingo is so overrated. And he's so trash on the feet. Yeah. Look at the style matchups that Landwehr is beaten, you know? Lingo, Onama. I get he survived Onama. Completely understand, but Onama had no cardio. Ige can keep up. And he doesn't have to worry about any grappling. Because Landwehr won't grapple, let's be real. I think Ige's going to catch him early. And he doesn't have to figure him out. He doesn't have to worry about anything. I hope Landwehr wins really badly, man. But I think Ige's going to catch him. Put him away. Sadly. Landwehr's so open against Lingo, man. He's lucky that was Lingo. On short notice. I'm going to go for Dan Ige. We move on. And plus Landwehr, he kites the pressure guys and beat them up and get a decision where he got a finish against Lingo, but Ige has good cardio. And Evloev is good. And Korean Zombie's decent at grappling as well. I gotta go for Dan Ige. We move on up the card. And Nate has been knocked out before from flying knees and that. Ige will beat him, I think. We move on. Mike Malott versus Adam Fujita. I'm gonna be going for Mike Malott over Adam Fujita. Yeah, I think you gotta go for Mike Malott here. Adam Fujita is just... He's not bad. Adam Fujita is not bad. Is it enough to beat Mike Malott? I don't think it is. I'm gonna go for Mike Malott over Adam Fujita. Yeah, I think Malott wins. It's Malott, not Malott. Get it right. You know? Malott. It's not Malott. It's Mike Malott. Mike Malott than Mike Malott. Sounds way better with Malott. But Morales, he made that fight competitive against Michael Morales, and he beat that Isaku Kinoshita guy, which was a good win. Like, he is good. I don't think he'll beat Mike Malott. I don't think he'll beat Mike Malott. I think Mike Malott's going to beat him. Similar to the Michael Morales fight, but more competitive, I'll say. But yeah, Johan Lanes he beat. Nicky Gall he beat. But this is a big spot on a pay-per-view. But I will pick Mike Malott to win. Beating him up. I don't see Fujita KOing him. Yeah, I think they just were like, okay, Mike Malott, we got you a winnable fight. A guy that's decently okay. We're not going to give you a complete can. We're going to give you someone who you can beat that's okay at fighting. You know? On a big spot on the Canadian pay-per-view card. And he was like, alright, let's take it. Get a good win. And I think he is going to win by like TKO in the third. We move on. Up the card. Charles Oliveira versus Beneil Dariush. I'll make an individual prediction videos, more in-depth prediction videos for these last two later this week. I got Beneil Dariush. I really do. Like, Charles Oliveira, sure he's taking time off, but I just don't like this style matchup here for him. I really don't. I think this is a bad one for him. Beneil Dariush has good of each of everything. Just his defense is sometimes a bit of an issue. Like, he has decent stand-up. He knows what he's doing. That's a good thing. And he looked really good against Mateusz Gamrot. Sure, Gamrot isn't what we thought he was. But Dariush, I think that's more so of Dariush being really good. Gamrot just after that beat Jalen Turner in a competitive close fight on short notice. So I think Oliveira's going to lose. I don't see this one going well for him. I don't see him winning. Like, I just don't see him winning. Like, I really don't. Sure, he can, if he plays smart, he can win. But he can't go all out against Dariush, I don't think. I really don't think he can. Because Dariush just got power back. Sure, Oliveira's faced those guys like Gaethje and Poirier and Chandler, but man, I think Dariush is gonna. And still, he got dropped. I think Dariush, Gaethje and Poirier were fearing the ground game. You know, Makhachev didn't. Dariush, I think, will fit in that and fit in that mix, and I think he's gonna drop Oliveira, beat him up. And I don't think he would go for any subs, but I can see him being safe and just beating up Oliveira. I think he's gonna win. I think he's gonna win by decision as well, in a shocker. I think I'm gonna go for Beneil Dariush by decision. He's got power to lay Oliveira out cold, but Dariush can get the takedowns, and I get he left his back open against Gamrot, but Gamrot has good entries, and Gamrot doesn't go for the neck. But Oliveira doesn't have. I get he left his neck open there. And he left his back open where Oliveira can jump that. But you gotta look at this. Charles Oliveira doesn't have the same entries of takedowns as Mateusz Gamrot. He likes to front kick, maybe shoot here and there. Like he shot against Chandler, I get it. But Chandler cracked him badly. I don't see Dariush coming forward trying to put away Oliveira like Gaethje can. Or Gaethje does. Like, Gaethje comes forward and lands shots, drops Oliveira. Or Poirier does. Or Chandler. Makhachev was patient and was the counter guy. And he dropped Oliveira. Dariush will look good. Don't see him getting a finish, though. We move on. I'll go 29. Man, I can really see Dariush as 30-27. You know, I can really see him just getting a 30-27 beat down, but I'm going to go 29-28. Oliveira will make it competitive. We move on. Up the card to the main event. Amanda Nunes versus Irene Aldana. Close. Not going to be domination, but close. Nunes wins. I didn't mind Aldana to get it done here. I did not mind her winning this one. But I double-checked. I know people were saying Chason was beating her up. She got the weird kick to the liver thing after, and it was weird, and she won. I rewatched that fight about a week ago, 3 days ago. She was really losing that fight though, and just getting dragged down by. She was just losing. She was just straight up losing that fight to Macy Chason. Getting taken down over and over. Sure, Aldana had subbed off her back. And I know Pena got Nunes off her back, but Aldana, I know Pena tried to get arm bars off Nunes off her back. But you shouldn't be in that position. And Nunes isn't Chason. Chason's just a mediocre fighter who's decent. I get she's pretty decent, Chason. But you shouldn't be losing to her until you're getting a win. She kind of fluked it, not gonna lie. She did. You know, before that, we go through Aldana's record. Yana Santos, Yana Kunitskaya formerly. But that's who you beat. Holly Holm scolded her for 5 rounds. Easily. Done. Holm wins. And I get she's improved. But Ketlin Vieira, good win, I guess. That was a good win, though. But Vanessa Melo, you know, we're looking back here now. I don't know if she wins this. I really don't. I think Nunes will win. She was supposed to fight. This is short notice, by the way, for Aldana. It's from a Fight Night main event in the Apex. No worries at all. I mean, there probably is. I'm not a fighter, but there probably is some jitters for main event and that. People are going to be watching, but from the main event of Fight Night in the Apex to a sold-out crowd in Canada in a main event against Nunes. I don't like that for her. You know, Pena, this was originally supposed to be Pena Nunes. Pena at least went, she went 7 rounds, 7.5 rounds with Nunes in sold out crowds. And this was originally supposed to be the trilogy, but I don't know. Aldana was training for Pennington though, but she just got the call and she stepped up. I get it. It's not like she had no fight and then she just took it. She had a matchup. I just don't see her winning this one. I think Nunes will take her down, beat her up, get the back position, but Aldana is safe enough and has heart enough to survive. You can see this being like a 49-46 decision for Nunes. But Aldana makes it competitive, I'll say. 49-46 on two scorecards, 48-47 on another scorecard. Nunes wins by decision. I think the grappling's too much. She can grapple as well, Nunes. Like, she beat Pena. She can grapple. Anderson, you should see Megan Anderson fight. I know Anderson's shit, but still. Felicia Spencer, she schooled her. Jermaine Duramini. I mean, Anderson, Spencer, those are just fake wins. The real wins are underneath that, like Duramini, Holm, Cyborg, Pennington. I think she's going to win. Like and subscribe. Thank you for watching. Full card breakdown. Yeah, I think Nunes will win. And I'll go through it quickly. I got Amanda Nunes. I got Beneil Dariush, Mike Malott, Danny Ige, Marc-Andre Barrios, Chris Curtis, Miranda Maverick, Eamonn Zahabi, Blake Builder, Steve Erkeg, and Diana Belbito. Yeah. Peace. Plus, I'm also going to this card. Going to, the arena. So, yeah. Peace.